Hello, welcome to your first Python lesson. This is on numbers. So the two different types of numbers are whole numbers and floating point numbers or floats. So whole numbers obviously are numbers that don't have a decimal point, and floats are ones that do have a decimal point. Those are two different types of numbers and all different kinds of coding. They're in different types of languages. Numbers might even be more specific, but you'll find as we move on here, Python is by far the easiest and most friendly. It doesn't have as much specificity as other languages, so this is a great one to learn with. So most of these math functions are basically as you would do them in real math, but we'll just review them. The first thing you need to learn about programming, though, in Python, to print, anytime you want to print, you need to have a print statement, and you need to have whatever you want to print be inside these parentheses that they usually will assign with it. So if you want to print the number 2 and run it, it would print the number 2. If you want to print the number 2 plus 3 and run it, it would print the sum, which would be 5. Now if you want to comment that out so it doesn't run, comments is code. Usually comments are things that instructions or further detail in a program. And in Python it's done with this number sign. It's a great way to do this. So we have just undo that. So same thing with subtraction, it's just a subtraction sign. We can run it, it's 7. Multiplication, I'm sure you've seen this before, as an asterisk. So 10 asterisk 3 would be 30. You see the output over here. Let's comment that out. Division is a slash sign. So 12 divided by 3 will be 4.0. This is new, the mod operator. So the mod operator is in all types of programming as well, all languages. It's finding the remainder of a division problem. So, for example here, 10 divided by 2 is going to have a remainder of, let me uncomment it, of 0. But what if I did 10 divided by 3? Now the remainder would be 1. Or if I did 50 divided by 7, I guess that would be 1 as well. But you get the idea that the mod will just give you as an answer the remainder left over from the problem. It won't tell you how many times that 7 went into 50. It'll just tell you what's left over. This is really handy when you want to find out whether a number is even or odd, right? Because if you divide by 2 and there's a 0 left, that means it's an even number. I'm sure there's other uses for mod that will come up as we do some more programming, but that's just one thing you need to remember. And finally, powers. So let's comment this out. So powers are just 2 asterisks, and that's slightly different from what you know in math, but it operates the exact same way. So 10 to the power of 3 would be 1,000, or 2 to the power of 3 would be 8. So that's the basics of arithmetics in Python, and you also learn the print statement. Next we will learn about variables.